You film the person that went 1-1, which is in the 4.
Can I just say, like, we all knew he could do it.
I think the people that know him do it. Right?
You think the general public didn't think he could do it?
I think the general public probably looked at it and, like, instead of just putting thought behind it, like, like
follow the hype.
Yeah, follow the hype.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, like, I don't know. I went into that race thinking, like, yeah, he could probably win, but then he won everything.
It was almost confusing.
Yeah,
it didn't make any sense. Has that ever happened?
I'll go as far as to say, like, if Hunter was in there too, he would do well. Also, honestly, they're so similar.
Yeah,
they're very similar.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it was beautiful. That qualifying lap, I watched it like 3 times this week. That qualifying lap was track was at its worst. He crossed the finish line with like 10 seconds left in the second qualifier, and it was gorgeous.
Was he in a good mood all day?
He couldn't believe it. No, like, seriously, like, I mean, he could believe it.
I'm not surprised at all, one bit. In fact, I'm not surprised that there was such a delta between, first and second place and then the rest.
Yeah.
And why do you think that is? And I have my opinion on it. I don't think I'm wrong, but I have my opinion on it.
What is it? Technique is what
He's so diligent with his technique, and his mistakes are so few that I think he's able to adapt to the 450. I think he can ride that 450 better than anybody else just because of the way he executes his technique. It's like nothing I've ever seen.
What's interesting to me is him and Chase look very, very similar in a lot of situations, but Chase loses the front and it will happen out of nowhere. Where when I watch Jett, it never happens.
No.
It never happens. If anything, Jett kind of will almost wash both wheels at the same time, or like you never see Jett lose the front. So
Jett's always a little more vertical, a little bit more centered, a little more rigid, where Chase tends to, not a lot, but it's enough to where it exposes if he does one little thing wrong, like a dip with his inside.
And he's slightly taller.
And
like
his lean angles his angles are a little tiny more exaggerated.
Jett's conservative with his lean angle.
Very conservative.
Right? When Jett hits corners fast, he can hit a corner really fast without leaning that much.
Yeah. I think Jett made one mistake in the second moto.
Yeah, it was when he
stuffed it in the corner at the bottom of the hill.
And even then, when he does that, his upper body still stays completely still. So like you don't even... When you watch Chase, sometimes it all happens at once. Actually, we had the problem today, so we were working like a moon dust berm.
Yeah.
And it was solid, and then you go to moon dust, and it was like, I pulled the group off. I'm like, guys, all that should take is one lap of being able to see that it goes from hard pack to soft, expect that it's going to happen, basically brace for impact with the upper body, stay still, and like let the lower body do it.
Yeah.
Jett does that so well. And dude, when you watch Chase, sometimes it'll just go all at once.
Yeah.
What was it like watching the second moto from home?
It was weird because normally I get really nervous watching Jett.
Were you just totally chill? Because the whole time I was like, we got it.
Yeah, I had this feeling like, whoa, he's just owning this. Even though Chase was right on him. I was watching it like, I was laughing the whole time like, this is sick. But I just felt the feeling as though he was owning the race. Like, I didn't feel nervous at all. There's just been many times watching Jett where I've just been nervous because I could tell that he was nervous.
Yeah.
Like the first time he won the championship.
Yeah.
Hangtown, everybody was very nervous that day.
Yes. Jett was not nervous at Fox. He was pumped. He had nothing to lose.
He just, the one thing he said in the video, which was funny, and because I was wondering why he kept looking back, he's like, yeah, the only thing that really bugged me, I just couldn't hear the bike behind me.
Yeah. Dude, you can't hear Jett's bike, period.
So he kept looking back, and then the Chase would be right behind.
When he pulled that whole shot in Moto 1, I was like, my jaw was just sitting on the ground. I was like, holy crap, we're in it. Can you believe that I just can't believe it.
What if he has a perfect season?
With Chase not here this weekend, I mean, there's
anyone to do it.
There's Ferrandis, and like, there's no dude.
Ferrandis will continue to get better.
He will get better.
Yeah. Although, did you watch it? Ferrandis' bike looked odd.
Well, he hasn't. I don't think he's had a lot of time on it.
It looked like It looked like they gave him a Tomac's bike and slapped his numbers on it. It looked like really tall in the rear. His bars looked weird, and I was like, that doesn't even look like Ferrandis. So he did really well considering.
Dude.
Yeah.
But his bike did not look set up right for
I
him.
was filming the press conference. and freaking Jett's talking, he's sitting in between Chase Sexton and Dylan Ferrandis at his first 450 race. And he's talking about, and he mentions, he's like, yeah, I used to be teammates with these guys. Like, I was teammates with Dylan when we were at Lowell, and he was winning the 250s, and I was on an 85, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. Oh wow. Brutal. It was just beautiful. I've just never, it was beautiful.
Today's Friday?
Yeah. Tomorrow is Hangtown.
That'll be cool. So by the time you guys are listening to this, you'll know how the second race went. But
no Chase.
According to Instagram today, Chase is out.
He has mono. He got a concussion and mono.
At the same time?
Yep, same time.
Well,
he hit the ground so hard he got mono?
If you guys enjoyed this podcast clip and you want to listen to full episodes, go download them. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and I think that's it. Go download them there. Give them a listen. If you want to watch full episodes, which I tell you what, it's even better to do that. Go to club.themotoacademy.com because Moto Academy subscribers inside of the app have exclusive access to watch the entire episodes. And not only that, the subscribers actually can send in their questions to be answered on the podcast as well. Club.themotoacademy.com. Go subscribe.